All right, if y'all are just joining us, this is Jiffy Kate, and we are going to do our interview.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to talk about, oh my word, I just drew a blank. Not hide and seek. What is it?
That would be a great alternate title for
That
it.
can be the sequel.
Hide and seek.
Hide and
There's
seek.
really not. But
Watch and see.
watch and see.
Watch and see. That's it. Do y'all want to talk about that one since y'all don't have much of a next one yet?
Yeah. Watch and see was our latest release. And it was about, I'm totally being serious now. It was about, you take it away, Jeff.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It was about a girl and a guy, and they liked each other.
So there is this young lady who is feeling very dissatisfied with her life, and she makes friends with a pair of binoculars that she finds in her apartment, and she starts watching a guy across the way through his window, and she discovers some
Extracurricular activities.
some carnal things about him that she's very interested in. And, the story evolves from there. They have an interesting way of meeting in person. And that's just about how her snooping kind of affects their relationship, among other things.
And maybe her stalker tendencies.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
But don't we?
It's not that
Don't
bad.
we
It's
all
not,
have a little bit of a stalker tendency in his? I think we're all super nosy.
I'd totally watch that.
I would too. I think
Yeah.
if I was alone in a apartment and I didn't have any friends and I didn't have any money to go do things, and I had this great pair of binoculars, I mean, they would be like my best friend. I would use them all the time, which is what she did.
Hey,
You can't falter.
no judgment here. I'm just,
We're all wishing we
I
had a
cannot
Luke outside
separate-
our window.
I cannot separate. Okay, any other cover model, I do not picture the character that way. But when it's Frankie, that's who I'm picturing the entire time.
As
So
you should.
I would be
It's not
watching.
a bad visual,
No.
I mean, that's a part.
Somebody's
Like,
asking
I didn't
if
think
it
I'd be able
was
to
based.
look at him.
Someone's asking if it was
Huh?
based on a real life experience. We only wish that it was.
And someone asked if we were in a bed. I'm in a bed, but I'm not in bed with them.
Too bad.
We are in a hotel room, so you can see a bed behind us, but we're sitting at the desk.
Yeah.
Yes. Not this time. Maybe if y'all come to Bell's in the spring, we can all do an interview.
Slumber party.
Slumber party.
I'm in. I'll do it.
But Watch and See the idea for Watch and See did come from a real life experience. Jeff and I were in Nashville one weekend, and we've been drinking. I know it's going to come as a surprise, but because we were drinking, and we came back to our hotel room and we were eating tater tots and sliders as you do after a night of drinking, and our hotel window was open and we could see across to this apartment complex it was kind of like it's kind of apartment and office kind of together. And we could see everything that had a light on. We could see completely through the windows. And we were just like, what if? You know what I mean? So it was kind of based off of semi-real life, but we didn't get
It's not
any
as exciting
visuals.
as what happened in the book.
Yeah. It was more like, what if? Yeah.
Are y'all ready for my question?
Yes.
Pumped.
Have you ever fangirled over another author?
Well, we've actually already discussed these questions because we saw them in other interviews. So we have fangirled together over other authors. And our first one that we probably lost our minds over was Stephanie Meyer. We met her in LA at the BD2
Tent City.
Breaking Dawn 2, for those that aren't in the know of the acronyms. Breaking Dawn 2, we went and camped out for a week for at their Tent City for the premiere. And so they like did random drawings, and we got to meet Stephanie Meyer, and she signed a poster in our book, and we held it together till we were through the line. Then we cried. We cried. Lost it.
Lost our
shit. And then we also went together to an RT. We were at RT, and Colleen Hoover was there. This is probably about.
This was our second RT. It was in Dallas. So yeah, probably four years ago,
maybe. And yeah, we were a nervous wreck. We were like,
we had such high hopes because we just adore her, and we knew that she was going to fall in love with us when she met us,
and we were going to be besties.
I mean, it was just like meant to be, and it didn't happen.
No, she looked at us like we had lost our minds.
Can you imagine that? It's so strange for people to look at us that way.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I've seen more people fangirl over y'all than anyone else. What? Like, seriously, like the squealing. And
no way.
I swear, more squealing comes from y'all's table than any other table.
That's because
I've ever seen.
We have the Jiffy Kate bucket of booze.
Yeah,
they just want us for the booze.
Have y'all ever written fan fiction?
Why, that's so funny that you asked.
That's weird. What? I don't even know what that is. I lie too, like a lot.
Yeah, that's where we got our start.
Yeah, I think before we stopped writing fan fiction, we wrote 24 stories.
Something crazy like
24 stories. We still have 20 stories out there on fanfiction.net.
Did you ever put them on, what's that, Wattpad?
No, we write.
No, this was before the Wattpad.
Yeah. No, I think Wattpad was in existence, but not many people were using it when we stopped writing. So all of our stuff's on fanfiction.net. That was like the OG of fanfiction.
Did you have the same name?
Yeah.
Can we go search you?
Uh-huh. You're going to find a bunch of shit. Just kidding. I mean, it is where authors kind of like, you know, they kind of cut their teeth on it. So it's a really good way to gain an audience, to practice your writing,
to toughen your skin.
Yeah, because people don't hold back with negative reviews, so it's a great way to kind of get immune to that.
And they don't sign in, so it's a guest review, and you can't respond, and you don't know who they are.
Don't get us started on
wonderful experience.
We could be here all night.
I'm gonna go stalk y'all on there. In my abundance of spare time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All this book world drama, y'all.
Girl.
Well,
I'm behind on my reading because I get sucked in for hours.
Oh, I know. Oh, a new thread. Everybody's saying the same thing, but I don't care. I have to scroll and read it all. Yep, that was me.
We made t-shirts. Do you want to see them?
Yes.
Okay, let me go get one.
For the signing on Saturday.
I'm way too happy about this.
We are too.
It says hashtag bye Farina,
but it's coming out the crapper.
Our shirts have a message too, but you can't see them. It says, actually our arrows are pointing the wrong way. It says the she to my nannigan, but
and we thought it would be funny to wear them opposite directions, but then you can't see our shirts, so it really doesn't matter.
Well, I appreciate the thought.
We love your choice.
Like that.
Have you ever kept it from your friends or family that you are authors?
No.
Not family. There are some real life people in where I live that don't know and don't need to know. I mean, if they were to ask, I would tell them.
No basis.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have to pass some tests, and I'll give them the goods.
closet. And I think that also comes from Twilight days, because even when I was never a closet Twilight fan or a closet anything fan.
We're used to people laughing at us for that.
I mean, I took a cardboard Edward on a flight from Tulsa to Seattle one time as my carry-on. I
put him in the little closet. We put him in a little closet.
I don't have secrets. I don't have any.
Yeah, but when we first started writing fanfic, that was kind of because no one knows what fanfic is. And so if you say, "Oh, I write fanfic," "Oh, what's that?" and you have to go through this exploit, and then they still don't get it. So
you're writing about a bunch of sparkly vampires? I remember the first time I told someone, "Oh yeah, we write Twilight fan fiction," and they were like, "Oh, what's your story about?" And I was like, "These people who live in the South," and they're like, "So do they sparkle?" Like, and I was like, "No. How can they live in the South?" I'm like, "They're not vampires."
That's what my mom wanted to know. How are you writing vampires that live in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Have you ever cried when you were writing?
Oh, yeah.
Saving trouble.
Yeah, I cried a lot. I would message Jeff and I'd be like, I'm just sitting here crying over. Yeah. Taming Trouble was really emotional for us. Mm-hmm. We cried a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which one?
Taming Trouble.
Mm.
Yeah. We cried a lot. I think it was like, I hope I'm not spoiling it for anybody, but the loss, and as being mothers, writing that loss, I think was what was so like heartbreaking for us. So yeah, we cried a lot during Taming Trouble.
I don't think I cried.
Yeah, you might not have. I think it was the process. And it was just kind of like the behind the scenes, of like creating these characters and then letting them go, and then knowing that this little girl was going to be without a mother, and
we just knowing that these characters that we love are hurting.
Yeah. And the thing that we brought in personally to that story was that both of our mothers have been through a lot of health issues in our lives. So it was kind of like, I don't know, just putting ourselves into those positions and bringing in like personal experiences and knowing that we could have at times been without moms. Mm-hmm. And so it was just like, I don't know, it was just a personal like experience that we were bringing into it, I think.
I think I tried missionary one. Wait, no, I have 2 kids. Yeah, twice.
Well, it's not to say that, I mean, I'm not saying they're all based off personal experiences, but some of them might be, maybe. I don't know. We know things. We drink and we know things. Moving on, Joy, what's the next question?
Have you ever had someone else's character in your book?
No, not yet, but I think that's a cool idea.
Oh.
Like crossing over to
that would be
else.
so fun.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
What is your spirit animal?
You already know yours. You said it the other day.
That was when it was in reference to your writing style or something
What?
like that. Yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, sloth.
You know what I did? Because we got asked this question the other day, what was our spirit animal? And I was like, I went and Googled impulsive animals because I feel very impulsive. And it was like a kangaroo. So I was like, bingo, I'm a kangaroo. I don't know. I really like dogs with fluffy ears. So I feel most connected to them.
Now that you've grown your hair out, you kind of look.
I look like my dogs?
Well, they say people look like their dogs. I have bulldogs, so.
True facts. Actually, my hair is the same color as my dog.
That's what I'm saying.
So weird. I have 2 Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, and they're rubies, so they have like red hair. Maybe. And they have.
I don't have a dog.
We're dogs.
But my son looks like me. Does that count?
Yeah,
Your son looks just like
we
you.
have one of those too.
He barks.
Sons that look like us. We have those.
My son doesn't look like me.
He does a little bit. You lie. Whatever.
They asked the question, who would you rather punch? Jacob or Edward?
Jacob. What? That's not even a question.
Yeah.
I would punch that werewolf right in the face. And it would hurt my hand, but I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care. Jeff?
Yeah, same.
Duh.
Do y'all watch Hunger Games too?
Yeah. I have a Mockingjay
Are y'all?
tattoo.
Do you really?
Do you want to see
I
it?
want to see it. Can I see it?
I don't know if
Yeah.
you can see it.
Like, depends on where it is.
Can you? I don't know. You can see it.
I love it. Okay. Gail or PETA? Not hitting. Just team.
Oh gosh, this is a hard
What did you
one.
say? Not
Gail,
what?
Gail or Pete? Not hitting.
Not hitting.
Not punching
I'll
them.
say fitting.
Unless, I mean, we can all punch Gail. I'm cool with that.
You know,
My opinion differs. Like in the book, I was totally Team PETA.
me too.
And then the movie happened, and like, no.
I'm
but then
so
still
split.
with the story, it's like it's just
Yeah, and and I know that Gail's happier going off and doing his, like, he would not have been happy like settling down with Katniss. So I can appreciate that. And PETA was happy with settling down with Katniss. I don't know. I feel like I'm team. It's like 50. No, it's like not even 50-50. It's like 60-40. I'm team PETA.
I want to ask, how do y'all decide, how does y'all's co-writing process work? Do you like send it back and forth or?
We write in Google Docs. So do you know what that is?
Yes.
Okay. So we open up a document in Google Docs.
we can both be in there at the same
Yeah,
time.
we can both be in there at the same time. And you see, it's really easy to see what someone has changed or, and we can highlight things and leave comments. So it's a very interactive form of writing for us so that we can, we talk about it a lot too. Like every day, pretty much when we're on our game, we talk story like every day. Like in the mornings on my way to work, or if Jiff is subbing that day in the morning, or maybe if she's not subbing that day, then through the day we're talking story. We're talking like plot and what's coming up next. And, we have an outline, like a rough outline, and then we usually go back and do a more detailed outline. So we have that document to work off of. We have our story document we're working out of. And then sometimes we'll have like subsequent documents. Like right now we have a timeline because we have to keep all the ages and time straight for the story we're writing. But yeah, Google Docs is the answer for us because you can write and you can chat like while you're writing. So
What's your favorite book that you've written?
That we've written?
Or, yeah.
Oh, that's hard. I mean, I feel like I'm always going to say Finding Focus because it's where it started for us. Because that's not just where it started in the publishing world for us, but that's where it started in fan fiction. Like, that's the beginning of Jiffy Kate. We wanted to write a story that was based in Louisiana. And so, even though I really, 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 really love Watch and See, I think Finding Focus will always be my answer.
Here lately I've been saying Watch and See, but in Finding Focus will always hold a very special place in my heart. But
You're going to say the other one, aren't you?
oh no, I forgot about that one.
I thought you were. Because we do have a soft spot. We have a book called The Other One, and it's not,
like 5 people read it.
Yeah, seriously, like 5 people have read it. And it doesn't even matter. It's one of those books that we put out that it would not matter. It would not matter. Actually, I don't even think it would matter if one person had read it because it was like, that was a story we felt so strongly about. And the characters were so close to us. Like, we just loved the characters, kind of like protected them. Like, like don't touch Lauren and Trip because they're ours. And we wouldn't even have cared if no one read it. And so it's just like super close to us. So I thought she was going to say the other one.
No, but I actually think Taming Trouble is our best work so far.
Yeah. I'm on board with that.
At the last 2 signings, last 2 times I saw y'all were like, oh, the one I'm writing right now.
That's always our answer.
The ones that just about come out.
Listen, if we ever finish the one we're writing right now, it might be our favorite. But I don't know. It's been such a bitch. You have no idea. We've never had writer's block like this. We've never
struggled this hard.
no. It's going to be really great or it's going to suck. So,
Which, I mean, that can happen with any book, but this one, yeah, we just don't know.
yeah.
We love it. We love the characters,
We
and we
do.
love the story that we're trying to tell. They're just not always speaking to us, and it's very frustrating.
We seriously, we have about 8 chapters right now. We're approaching 20,000 words. And we should have turned it into our editor
This week.
this week, and we're not. And I mean, she knows it. But it's like, we have just never struggled this hard. We struggled quite a bit while we were writing, Fighting Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a period of time where we weren't putting words down, but we broke through it pretty fast. Compared to this, we broke through it pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
We've been struggling with this book for 2 months now, 3 months now.
Since the beginning of the year.
Yeah. So, and we're people who we can't start something and not finish it. So it's going to get finished, and we're at chapter 8 now. And we're, like I said, we're approaching 20,000 words. We know that it's going to get done. It's just going to be our problem child for the next however long it takes us to finish it. But we really do love the story. That's the sad part. It's a great story. I mean, I love it. Don't you?
Yeah.
If you don't say yes, we're going to fall in some. This could be the end.
I love it.
Do you want to know the title?
No one knows anything
Yes.
about
Yeah,
the
no one
title,
knows anything
the
about it.
characters, nothing.
But the
It's
title,
exclusive. Jiffy Kate exclusive.
this is an exclusive. No one knows. It's called Blue Bayou. The setting is at a hotel in the French Quarter in New Orleans. So we're going back to our roots, to where it all started. So it's great. Right? Yes. It's supposed to be great. It's supposed to be great. It's not. It's supposed to be, but it's not. And we have a younger female lead who's been she's kind of this hotel has fallen into her lap kind of, I don't know if unexpectedly.
Yeah.
So she's struggling to figure out how to run this hotel and to figure out the rest of her life. And in walks, can we give a name?
Why the hell not?
Okay, the male character's name is Maverick Kensington, and so in walks Maverick Kensington.
End of
I
story.
love that name.
And her name's Karis Matthews, and she's the owner of the hotel. And they kind of hit it off, but in a weird way. And he just sort of kind of comes to her rescue a few times. She's a hot mess, and he's a businessman, and he's kind of running away from problems. So Blue Bayou is a great distraction for him. It's just kind of a place that he goes and gets away. Nobody knows him, and he's kind of hiding out, So
It's not as serious as Watch and See or even Taming Trouble.
No.
This is really going back to our roots, like she said, more lighthearted. And I will say, things happened sooner than any other book we've written.
Right. It's not as much of a slow burn as what we normally. It's not as much of a slow burn as we've been writing lately.
We have a tendency to do a slow burn.
It's
a lot,
faster. So. It's a faster process. What are words? I don't even know what words are right now. I use them, make sentences, and
excuse you.
You know what's funny?
What?
Is the 2 books I've read are the 2 y'all just said, and they're not light, fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really, after knowing y'all and then reading your books, was just man, they're nothing like the book.
No, you should. If you haven't read Finding Focus, you should read Finding Focus, because I feel like you would read Finding Focus and be like,
yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Okay. It's just the 2 I picked. I'm like, huh. They're not this.
I don't know how our books started getting more serious, but yeah, because we want to be serious writers, right? And then we
These are our mature
go live
books.
and behave this way. We're a conundrum. That's a big word.
What does Ankita say? No one's going to complain about what?
Probably the early nookie.
Oh, probably about the not being a slow burn.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it. Yeah. It's going to be fine. It's fine.
Why don't you just keep writing that until the rest of the story develops?
We might have to.
Yeah.
We might have to. Our editor probably wouldn't be happy about it, but she's Nikki, our editor. I don't think she's gonna watch this, but even if she does, she's gonna be fine with it. But she's more about insight. She wants some meat to the story, which is great. So she wouldn't be happy if it was just all sex.
Yeah.